Today we have a very special mono white list for you because it is not your traditional mono white aggro list. No. Today is going to be a mono white artifact control list. Cue the intro. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we have a really cool mono white list for you that revolves solely around artifacts and trying to control the board and winning through some alternate win cons. I cannot wait to break this thing down for you guys and get into the gameplay footage because it is sweet. But before I do, as always, if you're new to the channel and you find some value in today's content, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, it is a free way to help support the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. And lastly, I do in the first game, I just want to let you guys know, a little heads up, little preview here. In the first game, I kind of go over some things I've been feeling personally about whether, I'm playing Alchemy or Standard, answering some questions that I've been getting in the comments. So stick around for that first game because we get into some detail on exactly how I feel about where I'm at right now in my videos and what the future might hold. I do want to get into some more Standard for you guys, but I personally just don't like the state of Standard at the moment. It is really, really hard for me. I try to make some videos today for you guys in Standard. I know it's kind of what the majority want, but we get into full detail in game one. I'll let you guys go listen to me there because I go on a very long rant during the game, but probably pretty incoherent because I was trying to play the game at the same time. Just want to let you guys know. But with that being said, let's talk about today's list. So today's list, we're trying to win the game through a faith-bound judge. The Sinner's Judgment backside, to be precise. This backside of the card is going to cost you 7 mana, but when it comes down, you put your opponent on a 3-turn clock. It's a really cool alternate win con. You win the game basically flat out just by taking 3 turns and surviving as long as you can. This card is pretty sweet, but we do have to get it into the graveyard somehow. So that is going to be with the Celestis. Sorry, my brain just shut off there. The Celestis is going to help us get the Faithbound Judge into the graveyard because the Celestis is going to be not only a mana rock and ramping us up, this is also going to gain us a bit of life and have us cycle some cards from our hand to the graveyard and drawing some fresh new cards. This is a great way, best of one to kind of sort through what you need and don't need depending on what sort of matchup you're up against, because we have a lot of things for aggro, and if we aren't up against an aggro matchup, you're going to want to get those things out of your hand. Some things we have for aggro are Divine Purge, a brand new card that sweeps the board. I'm sure you're all familiar with this by now. We've also got a full 3 Doom Scars over here, so we got 6 total sweepers that do different things, but we also have Doom Scar, which is super helpful against aggro. There's a lot of clerics and dragons going around, so these 2 cards are really helpful. We've also got 4 Sunset Revelries to help with those aggro matchups as well, because it's going to gain us a lot of life, create us some humans to block with. Some really nice stuff. This is really just kind of to help us get to the late game to get these Doom Scars and Sweepers off, as well as set up our more expensive artifacts. We've also got a new card in here, Slayer's Bounty, that not a lot of people have played yet. This is going to give you access to a spell book here with a lot of really cool exiling options for creatures or some sort of enchantments to shut down creatures. You've also got the first side of the card, which is also the artifact, where you draw a card when you sacrifice this, and you also access the Judgment. A really cool passive ability on this is you get to see your opponent's hand, basically. You get to see all the creatures in your opponent's hand and see what they're up to, which is cool. We've also got the new and improved Cosmos Elixir. Not only are we getting life, we're getting a scry now, and obviously 3 keys to the archive. This is also another alternate win con. I actually didn't figure it out till later in the video. You're going to see if we do pull the Approach of the Second Sun, we do kind of have a cheeky way of getting it really quickly through the Wandering Archaic. We have a full playset of Wandering Archaics. This is a 4/4 creature that's going to be pumped up because of our Forsaken Monument, which we'll talk about here in a moment, but it's going to be basically a really cool, tough artifact creature to kill, but it also has a tied-in ability where if your opponent's playing spells, we get to copy those spells and play them right back at our opponent. And sometimes your opponents don't read the cards fully, and they get caught by this pretty good. But there's a backside to this card. If you play this for 3, you get to search your top of your deck, the top 5 cards, to look for a land and an instant or sorcery spell. That comes in really big clutch if you've got an Approach to the Second Sun anywhere near the top of your deck. You get to go ahead and pull it out early. Just go straight in for 3, grab that card, grab your your land, and you can win the game pretty quick. And then also we've got 3 monuments. This is going to allow us to gain life every time we play something that's a colorless spell, which we have plenty of those. And it's also going to allow all of our mana to basically tap for 2. Any sort of colorless mana is going to tap for 2, which is going to double our mana essentially really, really fast. We've also got 1 Starnheim Unleashed to go way over the top and win the game in case all else fails. And the lands, we have, you know, all of the snow-covered permanents because we are running 4 Faceless Havens and 4 Crawling Barrens and 4 Field of Ruin. So kind of a unique deck. This is definitely going to fall in the category of jank. This is by no means a meta breaker, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a great way to play some mono white, a little bit different. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's list. We'll meet back here at the end for some final thoughts, but enjoy the video. I apologize again for my incoherent rant that you're about to hear the whole first game. Had a tough day of recording. Let's just say that. But I hope you guys are still enjoying the content. I hope you guys are still, you know, getting some value out of all these videos and having a good time. I know things aren't ideal in the arena right now. I know things aren't what everybody wants. The player base is a bit divided at the moment. But I hope you guys can at least appreciate the content for what it is. And I hope you enjoy it, man. We'll see you back here at the end for some final thoughts. Peace. All right, we are live playing some mono white today, some mono white artifacts. All right, so now that we're in the games and the breakdown's over, we can kind of talk a little bit here. We can have some convo about what is going on here on the channel. I know some of you are like, what the heck does that even mean? Well, let me explain. I've been in this room for the last 4 to 5 hours, probably closer to 5 hours at this point. I've had lunch and dinner in this room, and trying my best to just get you guys some sweet content, right? Trying to get you guys some really cool videos. And lately I've been taking into account all the comments and obviously the analytics on my videos on how well they've been performing, and things are going downhill. And it's because everyone genuinely hates Alchemy. Not everybody, obviously, but the majority hate Alchemy. I personally love Alchemy. I think it's been really, really nice to just play some fresh cards, fresh new mechanics. Obviously, I understand there's a lot of problems with the idea of Alchemy, but unfortunately, Alchemy's here. It's here, and that's not going to change. And so with that fact and that statement being made, I think it's a better format. I genuinely believe it's a better format and a lot more fun to play, and it offers us a lot more variety and a cleaner experience, because when cards are too powerful, they get, you know, nerfed and yada yada. Well, I still took into account everything everyone had to say, all the negative comments, all this and that, and I heard you guys and I listened, and today I started out recording standard. I just wanted to play standard. I was in the top 900. I had 900 something next to my name, played standard, and for 5 hours worked my way down to 92 percentile. And on my way down, I tried Golgari. I tried this list you're seeing here today. I tried a really creative Azorius list, and none of it worked, because either it worked really well against aggro and got smashed by Is It Turns, or worked really good against Is It Turns and got smashed by aggro. There was no happy medium. I could not find the balance. I just couldn't. I don't think that balance really exists unless you run Azorius Control and, you know, you stack a bunch of counter spells or whatever and sweepers. You're not going to I'm sorry, I'm just really thinking here. Hold on. You're not going to be able to compete. You're just not. Unless you have an Azorius Control list that does really well against both, you're not going to be able to compete. And there's nothing really in between. You either play the meta, you play Azorius Control to try to beat both, or you play nothing at all. And it's just not fun. I don't see how I could feasibly keep making creative content where you guys are seeing creative, unique style lists. I don't think that it's possible to give that to you guys in standard. I just don't. It doesn't make any sense to me how it's possible. It really doesn't at all. And I've tried. I really, really did, man. I really tried my hardest for you guys. And after 5 grueling hours, I decided I gotta just go back on the Alchemy, man. And this is my first game on Alchemy. I'm already having tons more success and fun right now. I personally want to give you guys standard content. I really, really do. I know it's what you want, and I want my channel to be successful, and I want that balance, you know. I really, really, really do, more than anything. And I want to go into standard, give you guys what you want, have some fun. I can't win. I can't win, not unless I'm playing a form of Is It Turns or Mono White. I just cannot win. It's really, really hard. It's just it takes away a lot of my creative juices to do cool things, and it's just not what I'm about. I would prefer to give you guys creative decks that were semi-competitive than play super sweaty Magic that just is the same thing over and over again. Sorry, I know I'm kind of like ranting. I didn't want to put this into the intro or the breakdown. I wanted to just leave that how it was. So I had to do it here while we were playing the game. So obviously I'm trying to think while I'm talking. I have to think while I'm talking at the same time, which is tough. Discard the Judgment so we can get it back from flashback and win the game. But yeah, I just had to get it off my chest, man. I had to get it off my chest. Imagine, you know, being locked away in here for 5 hours like I have. Just grinding and grinding and just seeing your rank just do this. All because you're trying to appease, you know, a certain handful of people who are really, really genuinely upset. And for good reason. There's plenty of reasons to be upset. But like I said, the things I think we're genuinely upset about are things that we can't control and that aren't going to change. And so we kind of have to adapt, or, you know, I don't know, man. It's tough. I hate saying that, but it is really, really tough. Let's do the Judgment and the Purge. Anyways, I don't even think that's going to make sense. I bet you there's a lot of things I just said that probably made no sense, because I don't even remember what half the things I just told you guys were. But just trying to think, playing Magic and talk to you guys at the same time is really, really tough. But I figured you guys would rather see the gameplay footage while we talked instead of me holding up, you know, 10 minutes at the beginning of the video. People will just skip that anyways. So I figured, well, I got your attention. But if we could just, I mean, obviously there are going to be haters on Alchemy, and that's fine. If we could just ease off the comments for a little while while I'm trying to figure it out. Because I'm trying my best to figure it out for you guys. Genuinely. But it's a hard balance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could do 5 of these. Don't mind if I do. But like this deck, I mean, this deck is so cool. Like, look what we're doing here. We're going to either win by Sinner's Judgment or by the Day of Judgment. Either one is cool by me, but like, it just does really cool things. Like, we're running a bunch of artifacts. Like, this is cool, man. This is, and we're playing something that I would never have seen in Standard. Like, this is not a deck I would have seen in Standard at all. It's crazy. But I hope the people who do ride and die with me here on the channel, which I know there's a lot of you guys. Obviously, I think there's more people who are just down for the channel and hanging out with me and enjoying the content. I feel like there's more of them than, you know, people that are upset. But honestly, though, I've seen the feedback on a lot of channels, not just my own, but a lot of channels. And I do think the majority, and it's by a slight margin, but I do think the majority do not like Alchemy over Standard. And it's, you know, if I had to really think about it, obviously I'd want Standard. I would want Standard over Alchemy too. I mean, I would just want the game to be the game. But like I said, I think it's because Alchemy is here, and it came here, and it's not going anywhere. And so it's like, well, it's here. I mean, all the economic problems of the game now, all these issues that come up and arise because of that, we're not going to change that. There's nothing we can do about it. So we might as well embrace it and understand that it's probably a better format. That's the way I look at it. But Anyways, this is my first victory in 5 hours. I'm stoked. First victory in 5 hours. Let's get into the next game. All right. Well, ultimately, I guess the bullet points would be, let's just stay positive. Let's be nice. Let's try to get through this together, and when the new cards come out for standard, and or maybe even sooner if I'm able to bounce back and forth, we'll get some standard in for you guys. But I promise I'm trying my absolute best. I thought my wife was going to actually kill me tonight because I've been in here all day, literally all day. I've barely seen my kids, and she actually instead knows that I was pretty upset and pretty down about the whole situation, and she got me a McFlurry just now, so that's pretty pog. That's pretty awesome. Best wife ever? I think so. This definitely turn my frown upside down, you know what I'm saying? I love it. Let's foretell this. I don't foresee our opponent playing a whole lot of like instant sorceries, but we can't see a lot of their hand, which is kind of odd. Could be a bunch of land. I mean, could definitely be, but they should have played the Cobra first. Who am I to judge? Field of Ruin. I need another white source though, so part of me wants to play the Archaic and hope we can hit a land. Nice. We don't whiff. I don't have a Doomscar though, so I'm gonna need to get this Divine Purge out before they get their big stuff out, which I'm sure is coming out on this turn. They get to ramp 2 mana here, so they're at 6 mana. Oh yeah, we're gonna see a Shaya. There it is. There it is. I think I'm gonna need to sacrifice the bounty here. Okay, well, we're low-key kind of screwed here, I can't lie. Low-key, we're kind of screwed here. This takes care of all the insect tokens that are going to be copied, but I don't like this. Not one bit do I like this. Talk about an aggro deck, bruh. That makes everything a land. That is insane. Are we on an infinite loop here? Oh, we've hit an infinite loop, ladies and gentlemen. Someone here found an infinite loop. I wonder when they're gonna say that it's enough, because they literally don't realize they're going through all of this for no reason. We're either gonna draw or they're gonna stop at like 1,000 insects, right? Then I'm just gonna play Divine Purge and they're right back to where we started. Let's see how long our opponent wants to do this. Pretty interesting though. Pretty interesting they found that. You want to hear something funny though? When I was in standard, I ran into, after Is It Turns and all the nonsense, I ran into a player playing zombies and their Jadar didn't go off, and I was like, well, that's kind of weird. Why did their Jadar not go off? Well, turns out Jadar is bugged right now. And not only did it not produce a zombie, 2/2 decayed zombie, but once they did have another zombie on the field, they started making double zombie tokens every single turn. So I lost to that nonsense. So that was pretty cool. So as not only was I getting whooped by the most annoying decks in the world, but now a card like Jadar is broken and bugged, and it makes infinite zombies. I wish I would have been able to pop this first so I can find a removal spell for the Shaya, but unfortunately that's not going to be possible right this moment. If I play this for 1, that leaves me with 2 mana. Yeah, not enough. Not enough to get the job done. Forsaken Monument. Next turn I'll pretty much have infinite mana. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So I'd be able to do 4 angels. That's probably going to be our best bet, I think. We'll see. This game might be chalked though, boys. This game might be chalked. It's hard to eat with a big mic in front of you. But I'm not about to pass up on this McFlurry. The infinite combo is about to go off again starting next turn. So, can I stop it? Well, that depends. Can I get a Doomscar off the top? Oh, that's a 10-10. Well, that solves that, doesn't it? Alright, well, we learned something new. If we see the Cobras, we gotta take them out early. GG. Some people out there might be confused, like, why is he not upset about that? Well, I'll tell you why. I don't mind infinite combos like that. That particular one, because it was a 3-card setup. It required Lotus Cobra, a Yashar, and it's pretty hard to get that to come together. So our opponent there is probably not going to win a whole lot of games with that deck. They're just not. And they just happened to pull that combo off on me, so it's cool, I guess. They got the Scoot Swarm too. To put it simply, our opponent had a lot of things go right for them in that game. Their opening hand was pretty bonkers, which is why I'm not too upset that I lost. It's nothing we can do about that one. Sometimes your opponent aces their hand, you know? I think if we play that last opponent a couple of times, they would not be able to do that more than a few times, you know? Alright, it feels pretty good. Did they not grab? They didn't grab anything? They whiffed on a land and a spell? That feels good. That almost never happens. Alright, well, they're giving us a lot of time here to kind of set up what we need to set up. And we top deck a 4-drop, which I couldn't have been happier to see. That was the best top deck ever. Well, might as well get the win con going early, huh? I don't know. I think we just get rid of the Revelry. I think if we're up against the creature deck, the Revelry's good, but we have the Divine Purge anyways, so I think we're alright. You know what I really dislike is when my opponents rely on the Approach of the Sun as their main win con. Pretty annoying. I've seen people running like a Key to the Archive, and then they have like so many cheeky ways to like draw infinitely amount of cards, like an infinite amount of cards the next turn, or they have a way of like reshuffling their deck to get it on top. It's pretty wild, but I hate those kind of combos. It's like, really? Your whole game plan is to like pull one of 3 out of potentially 15 cards out of your book. And somehow they hit it every time against me. All right, let's play the monument, and let's play 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 angel. I mean, I guess. No, we don't need it. We're at 30 live total. Like, that's pretty big time. Plus, we can spit out a boatload of angels next turn. I gotta imagine our opponent is crippling fear. There you go. There's your answer. I was gonna say sweepers, blood in the snow, and crippling fear. They get back their Velomachus, which is not good for us. Let's see what they hit. Glad we saved the Starnheim here. They whiffed. Starnheim's gonna be able to put some blockers in front of that Velomachus, which is really, really helpful, honestly. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Can I really get 12 angels here? I think I can. No, what am I saying? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, cut it in half. Dummy. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. There we go. I was like, can I really get 12 angels? No, dummy. It's XX, not X. I hope you're all having a great time though, man. Thank you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart for tuning in today. Thank you so much for watching all the time here on the channel. It really means the world to me. Everyone who does support this channel and, you know, is always here, always showing support and the love. I really, really appreciate you guys. I really, really do. Things are tough right now, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it. We always do. We've been at this game for 2.5 years, so we'll figure it out. Just in case there's any nonsense, you know, you got to really kind of make sure no nonsense is going to happen here. They didn't expect me to block like that. You can tell their wheels are spinning right now. They had like dragon fire and stuff like that. They are so mad right now. They were looking to dragon's fire one of my angels. Okay, or not. Blood in the snow works too. That's fine though. That's fine. It's annoying, but it's fine. Let's hope they don't find another way to get that Velomachus back. We don't have a great answer for it. That was pretty much the best answer we had. Another Wandering Archaic is pretty cool. We're 3 away from the approach of the sun. I think I just hold up blocks with my Crawling Barons here and then try to kill them with it. Wandering Archaic could be sweet though, because I could copy their spell that brings back their Velomachus, but I don't have a creature I can bring back, do I? Oh, I do have another Wandering. I could bring it back. Maybe I should have played the Wandering Archaic. Okay. I get 2 cards. This is starting to melt and get hard to eat, I can't lie. There it is. Yikes. What'd you get? You got a cram session. Interesting. What are you going to grab with the cram session? All right. Let's go ahead and block you. Okay. And let's see how you hold up against the attack. Wow, we're destroying all of our archaics, huh? All right, 10 damage doesn't feel good, I'm sure. They take it, okay. Down to 25. We play our Wandering Archaic, we gain some life. And we could get another land. That is a sorcery, right? Oh my gosh. Why didn't I think of this sooner? You guys are probably punching your computer screens right now because I'm a dummy, huh? I could have played that side of the Wandering Archaic this entire time, guaranteeing that I draw the Approach of the Sun. Keep in mind, guys, I don't know how many times I gotta say this, but I want to make sure I don't get roasted in the comments for misplays. It's been a long day. Well, if they can't kill me this turn, it's game over, so I like our odds. Watch them make me discard it. Even then, though, if they make me discard it, I just beat them down with my Crawling Barrens. It's a pretty beastie card, I can't lie. Unfortunately, that doesn't work, right? You can't really play that off of Velamachus and get the kicker effect, so kind of a waste, right? That's kind of weird. All right. They are just kind of prolonging the unfortunate outcome of this game, but about to win with Approach of the Second Sun here. Good game, my friend. Good game. GG's. All right. Done with the McFlurry. Trying to go try hard mode now and see if we can get our rank back. All right, last game of the night. We need a win and we need it bad because we gotta go to bed. It is getting late and I gotta go watch a few episodes of One Piece. I'm a new watcher of One Piece. Trying to take on that monster of a anime. A lot of episodes, man. This is a keep. It's not great and going second never feels great, but that Doomscar just helped because we're up against Gruul, so we're definitely going to see some wolves here. Sure enough, we are. Let's just hope we can get there before we die. But did you die? All right, let's go ahead and foretell this. If we can top deck a white source, that'd be phenomenal. But we do have the Celestis, which we can take advantage of. Brutal Cathar, that's an interesting take. Why would you not play the Dire Overlord? That is really strange, but I appreciate them not playing that. Seems like that was a no-brainer, but there they go. They play it now. They're gonna draw one card, or is it all humans as well? Oh, this counts as a werewolf too. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. We do have the Doomscar ready to go. And I think it's kind of necessary, if I'm being honest. I prefer to have gotten more set up here, but our opponent didn't exactly give us the prime choice of making that decision. Expel's nice. I like Expel. And we get another key, which is fine. I still need more mana though. I'm hoping that maybe at the top of the deck we can get some mana here. They play a tap land, so not a whole lot should be coming down this turn. There we go. Nice. Nice. We do get a land. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So if I play this, this taps for colorless, which we've 2. Okay, so I can't play that. Can't play that either. Oh. Can't really play anything here, can I? I mean, the elixir's fine. But I need more mana. Alright, let's play the monument. Oh, I don't like that at all, but we're gonna play it anyways. We probably should have tapped the Celestis there for mana before we played the monument. That way we could have kept maybe a Crawling Barrens on tap. We could have foretold this, but it's fine. It's fine. We will be fine. Cosmos Elixir will gain me 2. The key will also gain me 2. I could expel. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could play the expel. And I could play the key of the archives. And that'll gain me another 2. And then hopefully the archives can get me a sweeper here. There are sweepers available in the key to the archives. We don't find it, but there's a lightning helix is nice, dealing 3 and gaining 3. I think that's the best bet. What do we discard though? I mean, I like Starnheim, but I guess it is the least helpful out of all of them. Judgment. I don't think we have time for Judgment just a second. Actually, maybe we do. I think we take the Judgment. All right, we're back to 15 though. 15 is great. There's so much life gain happening now thanks to the monument coming down. And these keys are just gonna absolutely ramp me up now. It's rare that I was able to actually get these keys into play. And monuments all at the same time. Like, this is so much ramp. We can pump these Crawling Barrens and actually compete. Looks like they're gonna activate their land here. It's a lot of damage. 4, 5. So they can activate that for 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They can hit me for 10 here. But we on tap. And if we on tap, it's going to get juicy. All right, it's going to get juicy. Let's go. Because we have answers, baby. We have a lot of answers. The life gain is too much to pass up. Plus, we get to get rid of the Faithful Judge. Let's go, baby. Oh, they scoop it up. No, I was just starting to have some fun and loosen up there. That was gonna be good, man. That was gonna be so good. We had the lightning helix. Boom, kill that. Then, I mean, we had the purge. Oh, yeah, we could have killed that, purged that, Field of Ruin that. GG's, we'll take it. But that'll, I think that'll end the gameplay portion of the video. Let's go ahead and break this thing down. That's gonna do it for today's gameplay footage, guys. I know I just looked back and it is kind of like short. I mean, the video is a little shorter in the gameplay footage area, and I apologize. It just was getting really late, and yeah, recording did not go in my favor tonight. And it does happen sometimes. I mean, sometimes these videos take upwards of 6 hours to get you guys a video, and that's not ideal for a guy with you know, kids and a wife and full-time job, unfortunately. So the video is a little shorter today, and it is a little more personal, and I hope that's okay. I hope we didn't bring anyone down, because that was not the intention of today's video. Today was all about having fun, man, and just getting some stuff off my chest to address, because, you know, it's tough when you're looking around and all the numbers are pointing to, you know, people potentially starting to lose interest in your content because of, you know, this new alchemy thing. So I had to address it. I wanted to just make a standard video today and just, you know, get back to square one and then you wouldn't even heard a rant from me. We would have just moved on like it never happened, stopped alchemy for a little while, and things would have been back to normal. But the fact that I got to make another alchemy video because just how much better I think the format is for at least content creation, I had to at least address the elephant in the room, because the comments have been crazy lately. You know, the negativity's been up there, and I've had to delete a lot of comments to be honest. But anyways, that's enough of that. We've been on plenty of rants about this. I just wanted to clarify to you guys that, you know, my intentions were to stay positive. I always want to be positive. I always wanted you guys to have a good time, and that's the main thing. So I hope that today's video didn't, you know, put you off in any way. So with that being said, we're going to dive in and talk about the list and what we would like to change, because I do have a few things I want to talk about and change in this list. But as always, before I do, if you made it this far into the video, just want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate that, because it does help the algorithm, and they enjoy to see that watch time, and they will push my videos out to more people if you make it this far. So thank you so much for that. With that being said, some things I would want to change. Well, starting it off with the Wandering Archaic. I love this card. It does such great things, man, but unfortunately, I definitely don't think it needs 4. There were a couple of times where we had so many Wandering Archaics in hand, and it is a 5-drop. Ultimately, it's a 5-drop, and it's tough to play, man. It was really hard. I think our curve is just jacked up, right? I really think our curve can use a lot of work. There's not a lot of like control decks that we're gonna beat either, just because, you know, they run a lot of bounce spells. They run counter spells. So getting into turn 3, and it's really their turn 4, and, you know, we're playing these judgments or these Celestis, like we're behind, you know what I'm saying? I think the curve is just a little too high. Wandering Archaic's the main one I'm really focused on here, maybe cutting that. I haven't really put a whole lot of thought. I usually at the end of the video will sit down and actually look and see what I want to put in here to make it better, but I didn't have a whole lot of time to do that. But I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. But I am gonna suggest one thing. When I was building this deck, I did consider putting things like Potion of Healing, and then circle, what is it, the teleportation circle. So teleportation circle is a great card for this list, because when it comes in, it can bounce something every single turn. Artifacts or creatures, and so if you get a lot of creatures or artifacts with enter the battlefield triggers, obviously Professor, whoops, there's not 2 F's in Professor. Professor Symbology, you can bounce that a bunch. You can add a sideboard, get yourself some learn cards or lesson cards, and you can keep bouncing that. You can keep bouncing that elixir that allows you to draw a card every time it enters the battlefield. So you can get a really cool like teleportation circle deck going here with mono white. There are a lot of things you can play with this thing, and I would just suggest, like I said, maybe getting the curve a little lower, looking into the more 1 and 2 drop slots, adding a little bit more there, cutting a little more on the backside, mainly the Wandering Archaic. Even though it does play really well with the approach of the Second Sun, it's kind of like a secondary backup win con. Your real win con here should be your Judgment, or if you want, you can add more Starnheim Unleashed, because we do get crazy mana explosions in this list, because we have these crazy mana rocks that just ramp us up, and then ultimately the Forsaken Monument goes over the top to just add you so much more mana. So you could go a couple more Starnheim Unleashed and really just, you know, just bring that home with, you know, a bunch of angels. So there's a bunch of ways you could do this. I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, if you guys have any ideas on how to make this list better, please leave it down in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on the deck. It would make my day if you guys could take this thing and make it any better. But with that being said, we're out of here. Before I jump out of here though, huge shout out to the Marty Mob. Thank you guys so much for being part of the Marty Mob. You guys honestly make all of this so much easier, to just know I have that devoted group of people who really want to support the channel, you know, through their monthly memberships, through the Marty Mob. It really keeps my drive up. When things do get tough and get down, you know, you guys are really kind of the main driving factor that I look to for support, and just realizing, look, there's this many people who are actually willing to not only enjoy my content, but want to support my content through this monthly program. It doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I'll stop rambling now. Enough of the nonsense. I'm out of here. Catch you guys on Wednesday's video. Probably going to be another alchemy deck, I'm assuming, but we will try. I will try my best. If I can find a diamond in standard here and there, I will drop it for you, but it's going to be few and far between, I'm guessing. But until next time, guys, We'll see ya. Peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Swizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the Mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. With the upload, man. Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.